Hello, I'm Juan de Urraza from Possibilian Tech. We are a Paraguayan game development studio. We've been working in the past few years in the Web3 space, and I will talk about opportunities working in this. And when I say opportunities, I will get into more the work for hire opportunities or the services that we can offer, not much on how good Web3 is or if we want to sell NFTs. I don't care about that. Others care, and we offer services to them. So that's the idea of this conference. Okay, so Possibilian Tech, like I said, is a video game studio based in Asunción, Paraguay, in South America, founded 8 years ago. We are developing our own games, and we are also working on work for hire projects for different companies in US, Europe, and Asia. We are 62 people. We are self-sustainable. We've been part of the Google Indie Games Accelerator in Singapore. There are other Indian studios that be there at the time, and after that also. We've been accelerated in Finland also by the Finnish government. And like I said, we are working on several crypto, NFT, blockchain, Web3 games. This is our team. Like I say, we're 62 young, talented people trying to break into the industry. There's a very important disclaimer. I'm a software engineer, so I understand pretty well almost any technology. But specifically in Web3, I have my CTO, who is the real expert in the technology part. So I will try to do my best to explain some concepts, but please forgive me if I make some mistakes. Because I run the business right now and I'm not too much into the technology anymore. But yeah, it's important that we are all on the same page. So I think that there might be people here with experience on Web3 and some people who are not. So I believe it's better for everyone to be on the same page. So what technologies are we speaking about? First, blockchain. What is blockchain? A decentralized, distributed, public digital ledger that is used to record transactions across many computers, so the records cannot be altered retroactively without the alteration of the subsequent blocks. So that's blockchain. It's a technology that let us, a group of computers, to be sure of something, and that thing cannot change if we are not agreeing on that change. That is, in the end, what blockchain is. Blockchain uses smart contracts that are programs that are stored on the blockchain that run predetermined conditions or run when some predetermined conditions are met. So if that happens, this other thing will happen. That is a smart contract. What is a token? Token is an asset that allows information and value to be transferred, stored, and verified by the blockchain. So a token is stored in the blockchain. It's something that is stored in the blockchain. It can be almost anything right now. We have cryptocurrencies that are cryptocurrent, so crypto tokens. So they are is a token that is stored in the blockchain that is used as currency. That is a cryptocurrency. And we have NFTs. NFTs are assets that have been tokenized in the blockchain. They have a unique identification code and metadata that distinguish them from other tokens. So this is the technology that we're speaking about. It seems complex. There are some complexities inside, but it's not that much when we have this list of terms. And we have the blockchain network that is one specific way of implementing a blockchain. There are several blockchain networks that work similarly, but with some differences. We have crypto wallets. That is a place where we store our private keys that allows us to keep our crypto tokens safe, usually cryptocurrencies and NFTs. So it's a place where we store this information. And crypto wallets allow us to send, receive, and spend these cryptocurrencies. We have also crypto exchanges that are platforms that allows customers to trade these cryptocurrencies or tokens with other assets. That can be conventional money, can be digital currencies. So it's a place, it's a marketplace where we can exchange things. And those are the marketplaces. We have APIs. A blockchain APIs is an interface that allows us to interact with a blockchain in different ways. So that is on the programmer side. And we have the tokenomics. That is the study of the economics of how cryptocurrencies work on all the economy in video games, etc. And then we have blockchain in gaming. Blockchain is a technology that is not exclusively for gaming. It is used in a lot of different ways, but it finds its way into gaming. So basically, blockchain games are traditional video games that utilize elements of cryptographic-based technology as NFTs in them. There's different ways we can use crypto technologies, blockchain technologies into gaming, and we will speak quite fast on why we are using it right now. Like I said, some of the players in the industry were not very good players, and that's why a lot of people dislike blockchain gaming, but it has some good things that are more important than what these bad players did in the past. So why the player might be interested in a Web3 game, in a crypto game, in a blockchain game? And we have the list of the traditional things that developers will say. They will say the player that will have true ownership of the in-game assets because they are NFTs or coins or tokens that you own in your wallet. So they are yours. Or even outside the game, they're still yours. That allows you to trade these assets in secondary markets like OpenSea, Magic Eden, or others. So you have this token, you have this NFT, and you can trade it with other player or other interested party without any hassle. And that might allow you also in the future to move this NFT or this asset to other games. We are still looking for it, but there are some game developers right now that are doing that. They are creating some assets that can be used in their own different games. So if you own an asset in one game, you can move it to another game in the future. True compatibility is impossible. We know that it's impossible because we need to implement the asset in some way in each game, but at least in games of the same publisher or the same developer, that might be done, and that might be something very interesting to keep players engaged with their different new games. We have play to earn. That means that you can play, and while you play, you can obtain some of these assets, and that assets in the end you can sell them or you can convert it into crypto, so you can earn real money playing games. You have secure, transparent transactions. You prevent fraud. You prevent these secondary markets that happen in other games without NFTs that can come into scams or different kind of problems. You have decentralization, and you might have governance tokens where people can vote on how the game may work. I found that kind of far away, but that might be the case in an open source project or things like that. So that's the story that we tell to the players. And it's a true story. Some of these things can be implemented and can exist. So it's interesting for them. The developers also has have reasons on why blockchain is interesting for them. They can create new business model. So you can develop a game where you can focus on player retention and selling this component, these NFTs, can be a way of monetize. So there's a different ways of monetization of the traditional ones, in-app purchases, ads, etc. You can sell tokens. There's a lot of interesting things that you can do. New types of games and new types of players who play that game can appear. So that's something interesting. The secondary market can be profitable for the developer because in the smart contracts, you can prepare everything so each transaction can make a developer a small amount or a small commission. So that's interesting. That's something that doesn't happen in traditional games. You can have a verification of every transaction. So there cannot be transactions that are not true. And you can have fraud prevention. So that's very good. And there are different types of blockchain games. Maybe the most well-known are the tokenized games. And the most famous ones are the ones that have their own token. So you create your own token, you create your own economy. And the question is it worth doing that? Obviously, from a monetization standpoint, it is, because you will sell the token, you will earn money doing that. But nobody trusts new games, new blockchain games with their own tokens anymore. So most of them were frauds, and the ones that were not frauds still failed. So in the end, for the player, it's the same. So creating a new game with their own token can be hard, not impossible right now, but can be probably harder than 1 or 2 years ago. The other way you can do it is use an existing token. And then that brings trust to the players, because it's a token that is used not only in your games, but used in other games or even outside gaming space. So the token itself have some value. So that might be interesting and bring more trust for players if they see a new game with an existing token. You can have NFTs. NFTs can be anything, like we spoke. It can be an asset, it can be a house, it can be a sword, it can be an image, and JPEG, anything that you will own. You have first-party games and second-party games currently that start sharing these tokens and NFTs. So what we will probably see in the future is that the same game company will have several games that will share the same token and will share some NFTs that you will be able to reuse in different games. And that's very interesting. And there are tokenized games that use wallets. So they use traditional cryptocurrencies or NFTs, and you store that in a wallet that you can use Wallet Connect, MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, different wallets. You can use Sequence, that is an intermediary, and you can use smart contracts with a satellite bank. So there's different ways on how to implement these wallets in video games. And you can have third-party tokenization. Basically, you will not own the tokens. You will use exchange like Uphold, BTU, OrcaX. You can use OpenSea NFTs. You can use traditional crypto coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin. And these kind of games are traditional games that in some ways use these tokens that are third party. That's another way you can implement this. And we in the past few years implemented different games with different technologies, all of them in the end blockchain games. And like I said, what I wanted to share with you is that you can work in this. It's a very interesting field of work. Not a lot of developers have enough experience to offer services here in crypto or blockchain. So it's a good opportunity to have work for hire projects offering these kind of services if you know the right technologies. So the games that we've been working in the past, the biggest one is Coin Hunt World. It was a play-to-earn crypto game. It was a traditional trivia game, but you have cryptocurrencies as rewards. And we did all the development, the full development. We used traditional crypto coins, BTC, Ethereum, and others. We did integration with exchanges, with Uphold, BTU, OrcaX. We did integration with OpenSea. We did all the front end in Unity, backend, Java, and Node.js, Art, 2D, and 3D. So we did everything here. It's a very big project. We've been working 3.5 years on it. We worked with the sandbox. Some of you might know the sandbox. We did the Hell's Kitchen, the Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen experience. And we did all the gameplay, art, level design, and NFTs minting in the sandbox. And it uses the blockchain metaverse of the sandbox. Uses their own sand token that is over Ethereum, have their own NFTs, their own marketplace, and you must buy land to build on the sandbox. So we've been working with them. We've been working with Locker. Locker is an NFT platform where people can see all their NFTs that they have in different wallets, all in one place. So they can share, they can do different activities with them. So we integrated there with their API because Locker has their own API on the back end to get the NFT collections. We integrated the wallets, and we worked on Unity on the front end. We are working on another game that is under NDA, so I cannot say much, but it's the back end. So there's a game development studio working on the front end in Unity, and we are doing all the integrations with the blockchain on the back end. So wallet integration with Wallet Connect, MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet. We are doing sequence integrations and smart contracts in Solidity. So we are doing the hard stuff here. And what happened is we started working with one game in the crypto space. Then other developers came to us because they didn't know how to do it. And then it's like everyone's coming to us back and again because they want help with that part that they don't have enough technology experts to work on the back end specifically. Blockchain has problems, and there are some problems that are quite hard to solve. The first one is players should not care if game is blockchain based or not. So if you are selling a game to the people as a blockchain game, it's not good because only people who will come to try to get something out of it will come to you instead of people who want to play a fun game. So what currently is happening is the best Web3 games right now have the Web3 part kind of hidden. So it's a traditional game, it's a fun game, and then you discover that it has a Web3 or NFT or something else attached to it, but it's not the main core of the game. Web3 games have a very bad reputation right now because a lot of scams, fake games, pump and dump, tokens that lost all their value, Ponzi schemes, a lot of bad stuff. So a lot of developers move away from Web3, but again, it has some good things. I think in the next year we'll start to see a second wave of Web3 games that will be better and will not have all these problems, and people will start to like them as games and not coming to play just because they want to get something out of the game. Players became workers in sweatshops in a lot of poor countries. That happened with X Infinity and some other games, and that's not good. The tokenomics design is challenging, and a lot of economies collapse, and the tokens are worth 0 right now, so that's very bad. And the design of this tokenomics is really, really, really hard. You need very good economists to work on that. There are very poor experiences, very bad games that were launched in a rush just to make some money, short life cycles, a lot of complexity for players that don't understand Web3. They have to set up a wallet, buy some tokens, so it's hard to get into the game at first. We had some regulatory problems in certain regions or countries that don't allow this type of games. Even on the App Store, you cannot have this kind of games in general. And you are competing with other Web3 games and traditional games. But you can make a developing for a living, like I said, working on this. Beside all these problems, obviously you can develop your own Web3 game. It's a way of earning your life. But you can also offer services if you have the right developers that know the right technologies. So what you can do to offer services, front end, back end, integrations, all the traditional game design and game development, art, etc. You can create and mint NFTs for existing games. You can integrate with crypto wallets. You can integrate with crypto exchange. You can integrate with the blockchain APIs. You can develop smart contracts. You can do the design of the tokenomics if you're an economist. And you can develop the marketplaces. So there's a lot of room to grow. A lot of the skills that you need for traditional game development can be applied here. And a lot of work on, specifically on backend, are necessary right now in the industry. What skill set you need? If you will work on smart contracts, Solidity is the one that's the most used right now. To do backend and integrations, knowledge on Node.js, Java, databases, microservices, any backend language. And you will integrate crypto wallets, exchanges, and marketplaces. Each one has their own API, so you need to understand each one. But obviously there are good, not always, but there are documentation on how to use those APIs. It's not that hard. In the front end, you need to consume the APIs from JavaScript, Unity, or other languages. On art, it will depend on the type of game, traditional art, 2D, 3D, etc. And for tokenomics, you need to know about economy. And what is the future that we expect on this area? Like I said, I believe blockchain will recover in video games after the crypto crash. I believe new games will appear next year that will be good games that use in a smart way blockchain technologies that will not be Ponzi schemes, that will not be hard to integrate, that will not push you to create a wallet at the first attempt to play the game, so they will be way smarter. I believe bad actors will be purged from the ecosystem, but we never know, so probably bad actors will still be around if they see they can earn quick cash. Developers are trying to show that there are good projects that are worth trusting. CoinHand World that I show you has been around like 3.5 years, a very, very good game. It doesn't have any of the problems that I mentioned. The creation of fun, engaging gameplay, and games that use blockchain in a smart way is needed. So if you had a good idea that you can implement without these problems that I mentioned, still it might be a success. NFTs, ownership of assets, is not a bad idea. So I believe that if they are well done, they will be used a lot in the future in video games. I think they will start, like I said, in the different games of the same publishers or developers. And then we might find some synergy between different developers that can share some assets, and that might start a new wave of NFTs, and we will find real use to them. And probably there will be more projects on blockchain in the future, a lot of opportunities for developers to experience in the field. So if you can learn about it, you're interested working in this, like I said, there's a lot of possibilities in working in the future. Sorry, English is not my first language, so it was kind of hard for me. Yeah. Thank you very much. And that's it. If you have questions, like I said, I'm the CEO of the company doing the business development, so I know the expert on Solidity or how to integrate a wallet, but I will be happy to answer any questions that are within my possibilities. Yes.
My name is Nalin Savara, and my question is that can you give us examples of some current games which are available maybe on Google Play or on Steam that use blockchain for their achievements or for giving awards or high scores or something? Like we achieve something, so achievement unlocked, and they're using blockchain for that.
I don't have any game in mind that does that, but I believe it's a good way of using NFTs.
Okay,
But
so
I
you
don't
don't know
have,
of any games on Steam or Google Play
no,
or iOS App Store which use that blockchain?
no. No, in App Store, blockchain games are not allowed. We tried to put Coin Hand for 3 years and it was impossible. In Google Play, there's
Coin
not
what?
Coin Hand World or the game that we've been developing in the past.
Can you say the name slowly? Coin?
Yeah, this. Let me go. This Coin Hand World.
Coin Hunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It changed the name right now because we launched the second version that was allowed in the App Store. That is it's called the QB-verse. QB-verse. The QB-verse is allowed, but we had to remove the BTC and Ethereum exchange of cryptocurrencies to be able to put it in App Store. Sadly, Apple decided that they don't like this kind of content.
Okay. And even with Google and Steam, it's like that. I'm asking.
Google has not problem with that. You can put whatever you want. Steam, I'm not sure. I know that at the start they say everything's okay, and they change the policy. So currently I'm not sure if you can have NFT games in Steam.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for a wonderful session. I guess to this question, these epics are welcoming blockchain now.
Yeah, Tim Sweeney said that they were accepting this kind of games in Epic Games.
They onboarded a few games already to their platforms.
Yeah.
So my question here is, which blockchain you would suggest to a startup to start with? Of course, you said you are using Sand on Ethereum.
Yeah.
So we have
a lot
other
of
options.
blockchains are in development that are meant to be good for video games. The current ones, even on Ethereum, are not good. They're very slow, very expensive, and that's something that nobody tells you, and I forgot to put there. It's really, really expensive.
It's congested, right?
To do anything on the blockchain. The gas fees are so expensive. So there are some startups that are working on new blockchains that will be cheaper and faster, because the other problem is the number of transactions that you can do on the blockchain is very limited. And you say, no, but it's only, 100,000 per second. And it seems a lot, but it's not, because it's not only for video games. A lot of people are using a lot of applications with blockchain all the time. So the numbers are low, and we have problems. X Infinity, when they launch it, you can have, 12 minutes, 20 minutes before a transaction is finished, because the network was so slow. So we need a new blockchain that is faster. Like I said, there are some startups working on that. I cannot tell you which one is the best or which one will survive, because some didn't even survive. But we need to be looking until we find the right one that will stand.
So we have the chains like Polygon, Solana.
Yeah.
Comparing that, anything is coming onto your mind?
Yeah, there are, like I said, there are several. I cannot tell you which one is the best right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
And so, how do you see the market of blockchain gaming right now, especially after the crash? How long it would take? Of course, we need more quality games to come in with better UI and UX to occupy
Yeah.
the market. But how long it will take, in your opinion?
A good thing is the founder of FTX got like 30 years in jail yesterday, I believe. It's not video game, but still it's a big thing in the crypto space. What I feel that will happen is that bad actors will go away. They already earned the money that they wanted. And we will find traditional games that are very good games, fun games, that will implement some specific blockchain technologies that will increase the engagement with the game in a safe way, that will be the games that will be the hit probably in the next 1 or 2 years. How they will use, I cannot say right now. Like I said, probably we are working under NDA on a project that is several games from the same developer that they will share the assets. So that's great, because think about Rocket League. If you can own the NFT cars of Rocket League and use it in other car games, that will be something that will be available for you. You will say, okay, I can buy this car because I will use it not only in Rocket League, but in other games. That's hard because other companies are not interested in putting your car in their games, but you are interested in putting your own cars in your own games if you are a developer that has several games. And you will make more valuable these cars or these assets. People will be more willing to buy them, and you will offer a better experience and better value and you will also push them to try their other games that they might not be interested first, but now I have the car. Why will not I play this other game? I already have the car. So
Yes.
I believe that's the way that probably these new games will come forward in the future.
Yes, yes. Being this in mind, again, back to the question, like, since the crash is there, and how come startup could plan in order to invest the VCs and all?
VCs move away from this kind of investment in the
Yes.
past year. I believe they will come back because they are always going where the money is. So again, I think problem is VCs don't understand very well the technology. So they invested first. Now all this crash happened. They are afraid, but the technology will stay. The technology has good uses, so it will be harder for the founders to convince the VCs, but not impossible. They are still happening. This year, we had some rounds of investment on Web3 games from VCs. So if you have something solid and it's not only a cash grab or a scam, probably you will get money from the VCs. But
Yes.
it will be a little more harder than before. Yes.
Yeah.
You need to have a good project, a good plan that is not only selling NFTs. That doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. That's all, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we don't have any more time, or no? Okay. Thank you very much. I will be around the rest of the evening, so.